What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So on today's session, I'm going to talk about my trades from this morning. Now, look guys, I'm just going to try to be as brutally honest as I can going through these reviews. I did actually take as many stop losses as is in the title. So we'll just go over these and I'll let you know what's happening. So just to be open with you, I want to be as transparent as I possibly can. And I think one way for me to be able to do this is to publicly show you my losses and my wins and my break-even trades, talk about my emotions and my feelings and some of the hurdles that I face as a trader myself, because I'm certainly not perfect and I'm still learning every single day. And as I always say, I will remain a student as long as I'm a trader, because you know what? The market's the master. And I just need to remain humble and make sure that I don't allow my ego and pride to take over, because that's when you start to lose lots of money. So I think I've mastered that part. But in terms of one of my weaknesses, I find it really, really difficult to hold trades past 1 to 3. And that's just me being honest. It's been a bugbear of my life for at least a good 2 years solid. For some reason, when it gets to 1 to 3, I just cannot hold it any longer. So I had a discussion yesterday with a few of the mentors in the RocksFX Academy. No promotions there, just mentioning who I spoke with. And we went over something in terms of psychology and emotional control, etc., etc. And they really helped me last night. And this morning I woke up actually at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. I woke up. And I just couldn't go back to sleep. I just couldn't wait to get into the markets and start trading. And anyway, I didn't trade immediately. I just got on with some other things. And then I came to the charts. So my first trade in the morning, I think my first trade was not at 6:28. Let me just check MT4. I think it's an hour now. It's an hour ahead on MT4. I'm not even sure what's right and what's wrong, to be honest with you. Sorry, guys. 2 ticks. I'm acting as if somebody's here with me. So it was at, what? This says 8:11? Nah, it must have been 7:28, I think it was. So an hour ahead, I'm almost sure. So the first trade that I took was at 7:28, I do believe, according to what I have here, right? So as you can see, the first trade that I took was a sell opportunity. Now you can clearly see the structure of this market on pound USD this morning. We had a really nice downtrend. I'm not going to go into too much details about my entries and that, because obviously I'm not going to be talking about that on this session. I'll just talk about my emotions and my thought process through the trade. So the trend was down clearly. I'm taking sells at this moment in time, and that's what I did. I got into this sell opportunity. Now you can see as the market continued to push down, it created a slight pullback, and you know how the market moves, right? We have a push phase, exhaustion, then after that exhaustion we should have that continuation. So that's what's running through my head at this moment in time. Now bear in mind, while I'm in this trade, okay, once price got down to these wick areas, I'm sitting at almost 1 to 4 on this trade. Now my mental barrier as a trader, my weakness, is holding my trades longer than 1 to 3. So you can imagine at this stage I'm just thinking to myself, woof, what am I supposed to do here? But I remembered our conversation from last night, and I decided to hold the trade. So, and I didn't just decide to hold the trade, actually. I decided to re-enter a trade and stack my position. So I went in with another position. So the market continued to push down. And as you can see here on the first position, we're now sitting at 1.5.4R. Okay, so just basically 1 to 5 risk reward ratio. So we're doing big things right now. Okay, I'm literally taking a huge step in my trading career, holding this trade longer than 1 to 3. And to me right now is just unbelievable. Second position, we've already hit 1 to 3. I've got a 1.5 pip stop loss, and I've already hit a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade. Now, my rules not my rules, the rules that were spoken about last night in terms of maintaining the best risk reward ratio is to trail your stop. So not to take profits, but to trail your stop, which means my stop loss was put above this previous high here. So if I highlight it, it would have been above this previous high here. So where this current stop loss is at the moment, actually. Okay. So I'm holding the position and I'm in a good place. I've trailed this first position down to the stop loss of my second position. And if you can see here, look, I was almost sitting at 1 to 9R on my first 2 trades of the day. And I was just like, wow. My exit strategy or my exit plan to get out of this trade hadn't built up yet in my eyes. What I was trained to see, or what my eyes were trained to see, just wasn't there for me at this moment in time. And unfortunately, what happened, my second position came back and stopped me out of this whole 1 to 3 position, and my first position got stopped out as well. So I lost the second position and got stopped out the second position, which means on this trade, I was only up plus 1R. Now, I wasn't really bothered about it, to be honest with you. I knew the day was early, and in the back of my mind, I'm learning something new here in terms of being able to hold my trades for a long period of time. So I just accepted that's what it was, and I just continued trading as systematic as I could. So I saw the market continue to push to the upside, and I can see that price was failing to make higher highs. We had the higher low, but we didn't have the higher high, and then we continued down. So in my mind, I was saying to myself, you know what, potential sell opportunity. I took the sell, and as you can clearly see, we lost this immediately. And on this trade now, that meant that I was down minus 1R. So what am I thinking at this stage? Well, thinking back, I wasn't thinking nothing. I was just saying to myself, do I look for a sell opportunity as a double top here? Or do I wait for more confirmation now that this, what I thought to be the lower high, did not continue down? So I held off and I just let the position play out. I'm down 1R now on my day. Was up 1R initially, now down 1R, but it just happened so quickly, right? Now, this is not just about being on the 1 minute time frame. This is just trades in general, okay? Remember this saying, structure is structure, okay? Structure is structure. So if price creates a lower high on the higher time frames, hourly, daily, 4H 30 minute, it will create the same structure on the 1 minute time frame. Now, I'm not advising that you go and trade the 1 minute time frame, but I just want you to keep that in the back of your mind. So I saw that price continue to push up. At this stage, I didn't question whether this was a break and retest because my eyes were just so zoned in on the sells. I just let it go. I let price continue to build and do what it was doing. And then we got to this stage here where we had the higher high and then price breaking this previous structure to the downside. Saw multiple wick rejections here and I went in on this trade. Now, as you can see, this was now my 4th position and price actually moved to about 2.5R. Again, my risk management strategy or plans did not develop in order for me to put this trade at break even at this point in time. And as you can clearly see, I got stopped out of the whole position here. So now at this stage, I was down minus 2R. Again, I'm not feeling any way whatsoever because I just know I only require 1 trade to get back into profit, or I just need, if I lose the next one, I still only need 1 trade to get back to break even. So just keeping my wits about me, really, staying really emotionally strong at this moment in time, not allowing the markets to affect me psychologically, and just continuing on with the process. So the markets continued to push up, making higher highs, higher lows. The trend was clearly to the upside. And notice I never took this entry here. I never took this entry here, but I decided to take this entry up at the top. And you can see it's highlighted here in a different color because I just wanted to make the point that this trade probably just wasn't the right trade to take. But I guess if the trend was up, I'm taking the trade. But, you know, look, I took the position. At this stage now, I'm down 3R for the day. So my thought process behind this was, you know, 1 more trade is all I need really to get me back to break even, or even to put me in profit if I'm doing well. But you can see I kind of, you know, allowed, but I wouldn't say emotions. I don't know. I just got a bit too quick, hasty. I'm not sure what the word that I'm supposed to be using here. I just got a bit trigger happy, I guess. I started to see that price pushed higher and then made a lower high. We didn't break any of these structures here. And in theory, you know, my major level was here. So when I took this first sell, in the back of my mind, I was just like, if I got the right position here, I'm just going to be laughing all the way to the bank. But as you can see on my first position, price continued to push down. I took a second position, which is this position here. And I'm just going to be honest with you guys. The first position, you know, I could have got away with. The second position was absolutely trash. So on this position, oh yes, I actually lost 2 trades in a row, which meant that I was down 5R for the day. I'm not sure what I thought it was. I thought it's 4R. Well, minus 1, plus 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Wait. Stop loss is, oh, okay, so this is back to break even. This is minus 1R. Yeah, I thought I was tripping there a second. Minus 2R. And then here, 2 losses in a row is minus 4R. Right, so plus 1R, loss, break even, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So yeah, I got taken out of these positions here, as you can see, and I'm now down plus 4R for the day. So look, I was looking at this whole position and I was just saying, look, the trend is really strong up. Surely the market is overextended now. I'm not sure if that was the right way to think, but in my head I was like, the trend is really extended. Surely we must have a structural change. I don't know if I was trying to convince myself to feel better for being down 4R, even though I didn't feel a way about being down 4R. I just knew at some point today, whether it be now or the New York session, I will be able to get into a good trade and make this back. Anyway, I saw the market start to push to the upside. I started to see the structure breaking some of these levels here and making these higher highs and higher lows. The minute price broke this structure, I said to myself, there is a momentum shift here. And with that momentum shift, I got into this trade right here. Now, as price pushed down, you can see in and around this level here, price created a slight pullback, which was pretty an aggressive entry, but an entry that I do take. So it wasn't me chasing the markets or trying to rush to get back my minus 4R I was down. It was just an entry that I like to take, and I took the trade. Now, on my first position, once price pushed to 1.57R risk reward ratio, and my second trade pushed to over 1.3, that put me up, or that put me at this moment in time, plus 9R on this single position. Okay, so on these two positions, I was plus 9R. Now, when I looked at this, the first thing I thought was, whoa, over here on this position, I was plus 9R on this position here. And I let this one go. I saw the wick rejections and I let this whole 9R go to then being down minus 4R to then coming back and get into a position where I'm now plus R on these two positions. I said to myself, you know what? Let's call it a day. Let's not be greedy. Again, it didn't meet my criteria for closing this trade in terms of my risk management, but guess what? I was happy with this close. Closing that trade obviously got me back my minus 4R that I was down, and that put me up for the day at plus 5R. Okay, now if I had held these trades as part of my plan and the strategy that I'm using, in theory, this trade would have never closed until price got to here. So that would have been my first stop loss and first trailing stop, and my second would have been here. Just being brutally honest with you all, this is in theory where this trade would have closed out. And I guess if I didn't go through this experience this morning of being 4 down R, being down 4R, then I think in the back of my mind, I would have had enough stomach to be able to hold these trades as part of my trading criteria or plan. That would have meant my first position would have been a 1 to 11. So 11R plus 9R on this position. So if we do the calculations, that's 20R minus the 4R that I was down. In theory, I could have closed my day at plus 16R, just simply following my strategy. Anyway, you know, a lot's happened over here. I'm still holding my emotions and psych together, but I think I just got really excited being able to get back to plus R with the two positions that I had over here, and we called it a day. Again, just looking back and reflecting, which I always do every single day, just thinking, how could I have bettered myself on my last two positions? You know, I could have taken this out the whole day at plus 16R using the strategy that I'm using, but you know, it is what it is. I just want this to be an inspiration to you guys and just motivate you, just to let you know that trading is just literally a numbers game. If you get that in the back of your mind, you learn to accept it as soon as possible. Just trust me, you will make money in this business. Being down 4R after all those positions, being up 9R on this position, being up almost 3R on this position, you know, and then having the opportunity to close trades here at 1 to 3, but held it for all the way to 1 to 9. You know, just understand you can lose and you will take break-even trades, but if you just stay consistent, if you follow your plan, keep your head in gear, don't lose control of it. You know, a strong mindset is really what's needed. Control those emotions, believe in yourself. And if it wasn't for, you know, the guys and ladies that I spoke to yesterday, maybe I wouldn't have been able to hold past 1 to 3 today. And you know, I'm very grateful to them for that. And I'll publicly say thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. You've really helped me get and across, you know, or get over a hurdle that has been holding me back for a very long period of time. Granted, I've been a profitable trader, but I could have been a lot more profitable. And I think today I've cracked that code. So I just wanted to share that story with you guys. This is just some motivation, and I want you all to do well. Just focus on the process, trade the numbers, stay disciplined, you know, follow your plan, and I'm just telling you, your time is coming. But anyway, that's the end of this session. Please smash that like button for the algorithm, guys. Yeah, the more likes you give me, the better it is for my exposure, and the more people that will see this video. And I certainly would appreciate if you could do that for me. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. Until next time, take care for now.